The Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out tomorrow, and if you haven't seen the first installment from 2006, 20 years already, we're going to go over it. So this one rotates around Prime, Hulu, sometimes on Netflix, so it's pretty easy to find. Today we're talking about The Devil Wears Prada, starring Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep. Now, this story was decent. A bit predictable, but we're going to get into that. More of a work-life, career-driven drama/comedy, but it really does have its moments. Stay till the end. Take a look at our clean score sheet, how this ranks with kids and teens. Let's get into it. All right, so this movie follows a young woman who's just starting her career in New York. She gets a job that she really doesn't care about for a fashion magazine called Runway. Something she knows nothing about, individuals she knows nothing about, a world that she knows nothing about, but everybody else, this is a world they live for. And she quickly realizes that this might be her only chance or opportunity to move forward in her career. Now, as the title would suggest, you can imagine she is working for an extremely demanding, maybe even horrible boss. Now, Meryl Streep, she plays that boss, and I gotta say that she does a phenomenal job. She makes the movie.
Miranda Priestley's the editor-in-chief of Runway.
So you don't read Runway?
No, not to mention a legend.
And before today, you'd never heard of me?
No. You work a year for her, and you can get a job at any magazine you want.
You have no style or sense of fashion. No. That wasn't a question.
And she makes you believe that this role and that character is who she is. Though I have actually heard in real life that she is quite the opposite. Meryl, if you're watching this amazingly, you can either confirm or deny that. And then this for me is a bit where the movie became predictable. This brand new girl, she comes in, she's working for an extremely hard boss in an industry that she doesn't really respect. And you know what? I wonder what's going to happen. So yes, Anne Hathaway, she plays Andrea Sachs, or Andy, and she starts to live this life that she has demeaned all of her life. She changes her look. She's on beck and call for this demanding boss 24/7. Very much opposite who she always said she was. But she also has these hopes and these dreams. And this is where the movie lands well enough that this horrible boss, she kind of sees herself in Andy, and she is just hard on her, which honestly is actually a blessing to Andy to help her get ready for the hard knock life of the big city. Okay, just a quick reminder, if this review helps you decide what to watch, please take a second to like and follow the channel, as well as share with somebody you feel may appreciate clean, practical movie reviews. That really helps us find more families that can feel good about the things that they're watching. On to our performances. So Anne Hathaway, she plays this role extremely well. You can see her that she's completely out of place at the very beginning, then adapting, maybe losing herself a bit in the process, and the progression, it feels very real.
Is that? Are we doing a before and after piece I don't know about?
Now, Meryl Streep, this is one of those roles that she is remembered for. She's not loud, she's not over the top, she's just extremely intimidating. And in that, she does an amazing job. Now for the supporting cast, they did not hold back. They've got Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, you got Adrian Grenner from Entourage, you got Simon Baker from The Mentalist. It is a pretty stacked cast, and it did not disappoint. Emily and Stanley especially, they add a great humor side to the film it is a very well-deserved comic relief.
Andy, you look so chic. You look so thin. Do I? Just one stomach flew away from my goal weight.
Okay, now let's take a look at our clean score sheet. You've got this story, a very simple concept. You have this individual who comes into the industry knowing nothing about it, and she kind of falls into the industry. A bit predictable for me, and that's where we put this number a bit lower on that piece, just because I wanted a little bit more surprise to come with it. Now onto the performance, very strong. You've got Meryl Streep, standout. Anne Hathaway does a very good job. And then your supporting cast, which we've already discussed. Overall, very well done on the performance side. And then your visuals, this one's dropping down a little bit. I mean, it's a drama / comedy. It's fine. It's a polished movie, good shots, but really nothing to write home about. Then finishing it off with our experience, the cast carries this one as they naturally should. If you're planning on seeing the second, I'd recommend seeing this one. It's going to be a quick watch. It won't disappoint. Easy weekend movie. Okay, now let's jump down to the clean side of the film. This one has a bit more of adult themes. No language that's over the top. Some S words, some H words, things like that. But with this being a fashion-related movie, there are going to be some heavier topics that you might want to steer the kids away from. Down on the intensity, very minimal. There is an individual who gets hit by a car, just bumps and scratch and bruises, nothing extreme there, but we did mark that one up just a little bit because of minor things like those, but again, nothing graphic by any means. The romance though, this is one where I want you to take note. Again, with this being a fashion movie, there's a scene or two that show individuals in their lingerie, a scene where a woman is seen in bed. You don't see anything, but there are some assumptions as to what happened. Things like that I would be cautious of this one with younger kids. And then we jump down to our cringe. So just because of the moments we talked about above with the romance as well as the language, we jumped this one up just because there might be a couple of those scenes where it's like, maybe not for my kids. So as far as your family watch factor, you can see down below, we've got a yellow light on this one. Maybe for older teens, a little bit more mature on that side. Probably a skip for your younger kids. Okay, then on to our verdict. This one is still a watch. Your teens, your adults, it's going to be a skip for your younger kids. That is The Devil Wears Prada. I hope that helped you a little bit to get into the mood to come and watch this one before the new one comes out. See this one before you see number 2. It's going to really help you with that backstory. Pretty simple story, but very strong performances. A good weekend flick. Okay, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember, if you enjoy this content, please like, follow, and share. And I will see you at the movies.